Hello, today let's talk about Lotoo PAW S2, and as name easily suggests, it's the second version of the crazy good and crazy popular portable digital to analog converter that I reviewed some time ago. It's not a new model, but I get it to my hands for review just now, and that's why today let's talk about this model. Its price is $280, it built, if I remember right, with AK4377 digital to analog converter, but Lotoo add here a lot of their signature technologies like digital signal processing with different equalizers and so on. Amplification delivers here up to 150 milliwatts for 32 ohms, and compared to the predecessor, here you'll get better total harmonic distortion, signal to noise ratio, and so on. But let's have a closer look. As you can see, package is pretty simple, compact, and looks just okay. Inside of the outer sleeve we're getting this black cardboard box, and open it. Inside you'll get device itself, looks really cool. Then storage, actually not storage, clip for those who want to use it on the go, and also it works like partial protector, and a set of different cables and manual. So here we're getting a bit longer USB Type-C to USB Type-C, shorter one, and USB Type-A adapter. And that's it, but it's more than we're getting usually with other digital to analog converters. In terms of design, it's just cool. So you can see that it's smaller than one my finger in length, slightly wider, but still pretty compact, and it's made of aluminum, CNC machined, and actually it feels really solidly and nicely built. And connectivity is pretty simple. Here USB Type-C to connect it to the device, and here are two outputs, Pentacon balanced and 3.5mm regular. Also we have 4 buttons here and small screen. So these two buttons are for volume control, this one is for play pause, and double tap is next track, triple tap is previous track, and additional button for the menu. So let me show it to you. Let's connect it, it boot ups and show you menu. Of course on the video it's flickering, but in real life actually flicker is not noticeable. So we're pressing the button first, and it shows us different effects that this digital to analog converter can apply. Different equalizer settings, like traditional ones, and actually ATE, it's more advanced sound enhancement that Lotoo developed for their first successful players, and you can experiment with them because it gives really different and interesting results, and they don't sound like traditional equalizers, so they not distort sound, and it's a good some good know-how by Lotoo. Then you can select gain, low or high. You can select line out mode if you need, and here is line out mode selected, and it means no volume control. And also to exit line out mode you need to press this button and exit the line out mode. So as you can see, basic functionality, design and controls are also pretty well done. And of course about the sound, this S2 continues ideas of S1, but changes few aspects in a noticeable way. It's less focused on the highlighting emotions and highlighting dynamics. It's still really emotional and dynamic, but it makes less accent in these areas, and because of that it sounds more realistic, more analog, and more enjoyable and natural. Overall, it combines pretty good technical performance and overall musical representation. It can be called smooth, but smooth not in aspect like it's smooth everything, covered that with additional weight and you getting like no details or something like that. No, it's smooth in terms of its representation is really coherent, really close to natural, with good balance in many aspects. And the slight hint of added weight is still present here, but really minor. So bass goes to the maximum depth, it's really well controlled, and overall control of this digital tone converter is superb. I don't think it's even worth mentioning. And the bass has a bit of additional warmth, but at the same time it's not stay on the way of realistic texture representation, showing nice impact and overall representing that saturated overtones. It's not trying to make the maximum focus on the micro nuances, it doesn't try to sound super fast, but at the same time speed and impact is just close to what is recorded, and that's it. It's not trying to sound dry and analytical, and it really suits its representation because you're getting a really great sense of realism for the instruments. As for electronic music, actually it's also pretty good, but of course you can benefit from some bass-heavy earphones because it doesn't boost bass, but with some settings of equalizer, of course, you can find a bit of addition in this aspect. So, first example, it's Smoke on the Water. The Purple live made in Japan, really great sounding, good recording, nice remastering of this track, and it's really well sounding because of this additional weight and sense of organic, and it also suits to that period of records. And the second example, it's more audiophilic type of bass. It's un Vecchio Errore by Musica Nuda, and here you get that double bass, you'll get that focus on the pure acoustical performance. Previous track was about electric bass guitar, distorted guitars, drums and all stuff, and it plays them really well. But here you get that sense of big wooden instrument, movement of strings, resonance and overtones. And thanks to the technical performance on the mids, Petra Magoni vocals also sounds really well. Mid frequencies are balanced, not focused on the micro contrast, but with a really good detalization. All details and small nuances are present, but they just not moved forward. So you're not focusing on the smallest and tiniest nuances, but if you like, you can do that. But in general, you're getting really coherent musical representation with great balance of weight, with perfect emotions retrieval and reproduction, with good imaginary stage, noticeably above average in width and in depth, with good 3D positioning, actually on good records, especially on binaural ones, you're getting really nice sense of the space. And almost everything sounds here really well, because weight of the instruments, because of good technical performance and so on. It doesn't make accent at the upper mids area, so don't expect additional aggression or something like that here, but you can definitely achieve it with some selected earphones. And first example for the mid frequencies, it's Jethro Tull, Cross-Eyed Mary. I just simply like that period in the music, and it suits representation of this small dongle really well. But of course, not necessary to focus on the 70s and that period. But here, guitars, that interesting introduction, vocal, everything is delivered really nice and with that great sense of emotions that was trying to put in the record. And another one track is also rock classics, but more forward, more aggressive, and it also sounds good, but not highlighting aggression. So keep that in mind. If you want really like drivey and forward performance, probably you need either to select some earphones or to find another digital tonal converter, but it sounds to my ears really good, organic and natural, and I really like this balanced signature where digital tonal converter not tries to focus on some particular aspect but keeps them in great balance and nothing sticks out, let's say so. And treble, good extension, noticeably above average, well-defined layering, like somewhere between basic and average, so really good for this price tier in terms of performance. Nice overtone saturation, perfect attacks and decays, good control, and not aggressive, but at the same time not recessed, so basically you're getting nice overtone saturation, sense of airness, and all other necessary things. And first example, it's Sigurður Rögnvaldsson Dark Forest, really interesting experimental project, and Giant Firefly is my favorite track from this album and that's why I use it more often than others. Lot of different instruments, guitars and stuff goes to the treble area, and thanks to the good performance and even presence of layering, it sounds really natural. And another unusual type of jazz, it's Niechęć and Relaks Dub. Nice bold bass line at the beginning, lot of instruments, lot of interesting experiments with sound, and this digital tonal converter performs it really well. As for pairings, actually, when it comes to the sensitive in-ear monitors, it's really great. It delivers really low noise floor, so good black background, perfect control, and so on. It's not the most powerful device, but with full-size headphones it works also okay if we don't speaking about something super high impedance or some tough to drive planars. Some normal dynamic driver models will be controlled by this device really well. And speaking about the comparisons, I actually tried two devices in this price range. So first one is Lotoo PAW S2, and I already described the difference. This one is more natural and less forward. And another one, Gianr 6, it's just another type of representation. It's more trying to highlight emotions, it's more focused on the impact and punch, while this one is slightly better defined in treble, so it's a matter of what you prefer in sound. Actually, both digital analog converters are really great, offers lot of great features and similarly priced, so it's definitely hard to choose one between them. But in general, PAW S2 is a really great digital analog converter, and probably I should try to get a low ones for luxury and precision, W2 and that Questile, if I remember right, digital to analog converter that is on the hype right now. So really good device for those who want high quality on the go with smartphone or some other source. Thank you for listening, thank you for your attention, and of course have a nice day.